beams here up this hill. That is so fun.
Hey everyone, I'm Max of TFL. You normally see a lot of me on the EV side of things, but today I'm looking at this off-roading kind of utility work product. Well, it's a Polaris Ranger, but it's not just any Ranger. Polaris has flown me out here to Wisconsin to look at the XP Kinetic, which is the product of, well, their partnership with Zero Motorcycles, and basically them wanting to make a very rugged, very badass, very capable work vehicle. And that's what this is. I'll just hit you off with some numbers right off the bat. We're talking 2,500 pounds towing rating, half of that 1,250 pound of payload in the bed, and this thing is fast because it's got a 110 horsepower motor straight from Zero Motorcycles, and it's rocking lithium-ion cells, unlike Polaris's first, Ranger EV, which was not nearly as exciting. That was using lead acid, was a little bit more kind of basic technology. This is flagship type stuff here, and it does come at a price, which we'll get into, but I think it's really cool. What do you guys think?
All right, hey everyone, I'm Max. I'm driving now the Ranger XP Kinetic. This is my first time on the course we're going to do. And I have, what's your name again?
Tanner.
Tanner from Polaris with me. So we're putting it in forward. We've got this pretty easy selector here where you can go forward to reverse. Oh, yep, it's torquey.
There you go, yeah.
Okay. Get going.
I think you have it in, you have it in sport mode too, so that's why it's maybe
okay, and the drive modes are down.
Yeah, right here. So,
okay.
So if you hit that, that'll switch it up.
Yeah, so we're gonna, just to be safe, start an Eco Plus, which actually also has the most regen. So just go straight here.
Yep.
Sweet. So Eco Plus, yeah, these drive modes, what Polaris is doing is, as you would expect, the throttle sensitivity is changing, but also because it's an electric vehicle, you have different amounts of regenerative braking, meaning when you let off the pedal, the amount the motor is going to run backwards to slow you down. And that's useful in these off-road scenarios, not because of like in a city car, one pedal driving, sure, that's fine. Here it's nice because you can modulate, you have that fine electric control much more. So as we're navigating tricky terrain, you can just be much more precise with it. And Polaris is making a big deal about that because, you've got a lot of torque here. This is a powerful, powerful side-by-side. So it's really important that you're able to kind of be precise with your control. And I'm noticing that here, at least in Eco, this is the baby mode, and this is my first time in a UTV, so I'm going really easy, but even still, I feel just fine on in an ICE vehicle, like in the XP 1000. You really gotta get to a certain rev range, right, to get power. Here, I'm just able to kind of summon that power when I want it. And I do have the aggressive regen, so that I will say, as nice as Eco mode is in throttle, you do have to get used to regen in this context. So every input I have in the pedal, both from like depressing it to letting go of it, is doing something with the car. So my foot does have to be a little bit careful here. But yeah, there's a little rock, but we've got plenty of clearance for that. I think let's switch the drive mode up here, go into standard. That's just the default one. So this is going to be a little less aggressive on the regen and a little bit more aggressive on the throttle. But I gotta say, everyone's like, electric vehicles are quiet. Well, you hear the motor, and now Polaris has done some NVH out of control to tamp things down a bit, but you do hear the motor, and I gotta say, I don't think it's a terrible noise, right? You've got that electric whine. It's a little bit, people have to get used to it. I know people love their Hemis, their V8s. In this context, people love their little, their even a small displacement ICE engine, but I think this honestly sounds nice, and we're able to hear nature. And hear what's going on, hear everything with the tires, so I like all that. We're barely loaded, right? It's just two of us. This is a 3-seater. Of course, you could load up a bed. You could tow 2,500 pounds of this thing, so this thing is pretty capable, but we're just really looking at the off-road bit, and this is not a Razor, right? So like, this is not even the, like, this is not within the normal use of this vehicle, but it's totally doable because you've got that amazing powertrain. Alrighty. Nice little bump there. Okay. Oh, these things are so fun. Okay. We've got, for my camera on the GoPro, we've got the windshield vented, which is adding a little bit of extra dynamism here. And you can see the dust tracks from the group in front of us.
You'll notice the regen going down this hill.
Yes,
here.
I do. It's very nice and controlled in this off-road context, right? I don't have to switch my foot out. I can just let off, and we're very nice and controlled. My goal is not to flip this thing today, and we haven't done so yet. Okay.
That's a good goal.
Yeah. It's really all we can ask for at the end of the day. Center of mass also, right? This is, I think, about 1 inch lower than engineers were telling me. So can't say I can, compare that having driven a normal Ranger, but for a side-by-side, I'm feeling pretty confident in the weight distribution. Going down that pretty steep grade there, I didn't feel like we were going to topple over even with my less than perfect driving skills. So I like that. That's pretty confident inspiring. That's of course because you have all the weight of the batteries. This is only a couple of 100 pounds more heavy than the normal Ranger, which is also impressive. That's because they're using lithium ion, not lead acid like the normal Ranger EV, which is much less impressive technologically. So this is using the best stuff, and the results are showing themselves. We're navigating this now very bumpy, rocky terrain with ease. Yeah, like I have never once, I don't think we've navigated the most challenging parts of this course yet, but like I have not once wished, oh, I wish there was more power in this thing. No, I think we are very well sorted in that department. We're outside of Plymouth, Wisconsin, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, beautiful place, by the way. Well, I'll give it the beans here up this hill. That is so fun. Oh, and I've got to say, yeah, I think regen, I was a little on the fence about, regen in an on-road scenario makes a lot of sense with one pedal, but I was kind of curious, with a side-by-side, with a Ute, what's the point of regen? I'm really appreciating it now, because with as fast as you can accelerate in something like this, having that instant response of actually decelerating when you let off, I think is a good thing. It keeps your impulses in check. Okay. Some little branches there. I'm going to take this very easy, and I'm also preaching the regen here. I wasn't even using the brake at all, and I was able to go down that in a very babyish but appropriate to my skill level way, and I really like that. Okay.
It'll get a little narrow right here through.
Yeah,
these.
so just be
There you go. Perfect.
steering. Alrighty. And you can get these with a somewhat insulated cab as well.
Yep. Yeah, so you can put the same Pro Shield cab system that we offer with our gas Rangers on this one as well.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of the accessories, I was talking to Chris earlier, just match over, and that's awesome. The same part numbers, so all of you, Ranger fans, people with you're in the Polaris ecosystem, you're well sorted here. Of course, the dealers will have those. There's just a couple of different unique parts, like the heating, like the resistant heating option you can get. If you're following this space, you might be familiar with the other entrant right here, right now, is the Vulcan Stag, which I haven't driven, but I will say, that is, you're getting a different experience. That's a startup. They don't have the dealer network Polaris has. They don't have the parts necessarily. I mean, that vehicle, it looks awesome. I haven't driven it yet, but in terms of availability, parts, and everything, I'm pretty sure you can be confident Polaris is going to do their job here. And, I noticed it was sold out on the website, but I'm sure you guys are planning to make more of these.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep, currently as we're sitting here today, sold out, not taking any additional orders at the time.
So people can get on a list at the dealer, basically?
They can tell their dealer that they're interested, so that the dealer knows it for the next time we open up another order window. So, which we haven't defined that period yet.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we're just going up this hill. This is next to what we might do ahead of us. Pretty moderate. Got the power though. Ooh. Potentially stopped in the middle there and still was fine getting up. Okay, very easy going down. That is quite the incline. Feels like 20% plus to me easily. Okay. Yeah, just fine.
Yeah, so going up hills like that is again where that instant torque is really valuable, because you can crawl up it.
Yeah. You can go as slow as you want, and you're not worried about, oh, I have to be in the right rev range, I have to have the momentum with me. No, you can just, the motor will take care of you. And this, I mean, this is quite the motor. It's from Zero Motorcycles, right? So 110 horsepower, 140 pound-feet of torque. I think it's that torque especially, but I think it makes a little bit more horsepower in the motorcycle. You don't need that horsepower here. What you want is the torque, and boy, do we have it.
And that's why we wanted to partner with Zero. You know, I mean, they're the leading company in their space with electric powertrains and that application. So to leverage a proven platform like that, combined with what we know about off-road vehicles, the partnership just made a ton of sense.
Yeah, no, it does seem like a match made in heaven. Now that I'm driving this, I totally get it, right? I mean, this is a not just a confidence-inspiring, but a downright exciting powertrain in a vehicle, again, like the Ranger, which is not necessarily meant. This is not meant to be Polaris's most exciting product, and yet this is plenty fun. All right, we'll watch them tackle this hill. And Tanner, what would you guess the grade on this is? It's looking like easily 35+% to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure we know the grade.
I hope you can see it on camera, guys, because that is a proper steep hill, and they just, they went up without too much drama. So hopefully that'll be us here in just a few seconds. So we've got quite the chunky little gravel section here. Not even gravel, but those are straight up
now
rocks.
I throttle up.
Now we'll throttle up. Okay, and I'm going to ease up on the throttle to crest it. Wow, felt fine the whole time. Now coming down is the real fun part. Regen is great here. Wow, I'm not even using the brake and just going right at the speed I want, which is not far from nil. I like that. That was easy.
Perfect. Yeah.
Shows you that this is I mean, if you can do that, I hope your property doesn't have stuff that's much more extreme than that, because I feel like that'll sort you out most of the time. Okay. And we've got a little bit of mud here. Some fun tire action there. And you know, this is what's great about off-road electric. I think electric, everyone talks about the acceleration, the benefits on road, but off-road, it's this precise control of torque, it's this quietness, it's this not worrying about range anxiety at all. We're in the, of course we're in the nicer one right now, the Ultimate with 80 miles of range, but even with the 45-mile range for what I could see this vehicle being used for, that seems fine, right? You're gonna plug it in overnight. And I'm not thinking at all about the range. I mean, I can see it here on the screen, but it's not really relevant. We're just having fun here, and we've got plenty of juice, and it's not like on an on-the-road scenario where you're worried about, oh, what's the public charging network? It's like, this seems to, I think, have a really compelling story in terms of charging, right? You might have level 2 already where you're going to be charging this thing, let alone you probably definitely have a 110 volt level 1 where you can trickle charge it. But Polaris has a partnership with do you remember the company name?
Q-Merit.
With Q-Merit, yeah. Yep. So if you don't have one of those chargers set up, you can actually get one. You can get basically a consultation quote, etc. And get that set up. So they're taking care of you in that regard, and I think that's a very smart move.
And they've partnered with a lot of the auto companies as well.
Yeah.
On EV charging solutions. So yeah, it kind of goes back to just like the partnership with Zero Motorcycles, where we're partnering with an industry leader in their space. And it just makes sense. Yeah, no, I agree. It seems to make a lot of sense, and down to the fact that I heard these batteries, the lithium-ion units. This is basically the stuff that Mercedes is using. I mean, this is automotive grade stuff, so you do not have to think about longevity. People can, while this is an air-cooled battery and the application of this kind of vehicle, that's just fine. You don't have to worry about overheating. I'm sure you guys expect people to leave these out overnight and stuff. It's going to be just fine. Oh yeah. Yep, they'll be able to treat it just like their gas-powered Ranger. Yeah, and the numbers for that are, I think, like 1 year on everything, warranty 3 years on the powertrain, on the motor, and then 5 years on the battery, right? Yep. Yeah, that's correct. Yep. But with the electric, I do love this quietness. I'm able to hear you very well. I think, presumably, you're able to hear what I'm saying. We don't have this kind of constant either engine idling or the revving sound, which again, some of you might be attached to, but I think right now in this context where we are in the woods, it's really nice. Yeah, this is where you can really see it thrive. We're in a nice setting here. It's nice and quiet outside. We're in the woods. We're talking to each other like we would be normal. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm raising my voice at all. Each other, so. And that might change with some of these obstacles, but it won't be because of the it won't be because of the NVH of the vehicle. And it's got the same all-wheel drive system that our customers really love. So right now we're in the 4 wheels are always going to be all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive. Correct. So anytime, and it's an on-demand system. So anytime it senses wheel slippage, it immediately kicks in and gives power to all four.
Okay, but if it doesn't detect slippage, it's the rear wheel is being driven.
Exactly.
The front wheels can kick in whenever they need to.
Yep, exactly. So that's what's nice about the on-demand. And then when you're, and then it has turf mode, so it unlocks rear differential if you're on things like grass that you don't want to tear up.
Awesome.
So.
All right, everybody, now I am in the passenger seat. I'm gonna let Tanner here do his thing, drive it a little bit more aggressively. We'll get into sport mode when we have a chance. And yeah, looking forward to it. This is a lovely thing about off-roading, right? You're like going 25 miles an hour and you were just bombing. It feels so fun.
And that's especially the case with these. Like,
yeah, because of the
you don't
acceleration.
have that engine noise, it's a little bit more thrilling. You're experiencing more.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever had fun in like a golf cart, you got to get yourself in one of these because your mind will be blown. Trust me.
All right, so now we'll put it into sport mode.
Great.
So
Did we get any like red
there.
accents on the gauge cluster or anything?
So sport right there.
Okay.
See that? That's what changes.
Yeah. You guys need some flames, I think. That would really
We
help.
do have a nugget. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accelerate. I'm
Yeah.
going to go full throttle.
Yeah.
We have what we call a launch mode.
Okay.
So you'll see this bit here.
Yeah.
Will kind of give you a lightning bolt.
So this is like a
it's little
0 to
nugget.
30 basically we're about to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So you ready?
Yeah. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Oh. I don't know if you felt that on camera. You probably saw the shake, but that was about as fast as I'd want to accelerate. That's so fun. And the miracle here is this is just you know, like I'm sure 30 years ago, street cars on normal tires, you'd be happy to have this acceleration. And here we are in a side-by-side with these chunky boys on bumpy terrain, and we're just bombing it on the grass.
I'll do it one more time so you can feel the acceleration again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know if you guys heard the whine of the motor there, but that was quite spectacular.
Yeah, and that was in low, so I just wanted to show you the acceleration, but that's why you heard a little bit more whine with the motor too, because it was in low gear. Yeah, you can really see that acceleration, just instant acceleration.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure I won't get any news of this today, but man, when that electric razor comes out, I'm sure that will be something. Little bit of fun articulation there before we get these bumps.
So same thing, just going over those, you're not getting any of that throttle jump that you may with gas. You just maintain nice, smooth control.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And that's just compared with the CVT, right? Which is like itself, you know, not the jerkiest transmission out there, but you're still fighting physics, or you're fighting the way an ICE engine works.
Yeah.
With these motors, they're not picky at all about where they are on the rev range. And that's why, like on this cluster here, you don't see the revs. That doesn't matter. What matters is like how much power of the motors you're using. And yeah, we're having a ball here. Oh man. Almost felt like we got some air there. And we're definitely putting these off-road tires to the test. Like I feel like in a few years, tire technology is gonna have to catch up with the motors.
I agree. What's nice about these, you know, they're the 29-inch tires. So it's nice having those stock 29-inch tires, just give you a little bit more clearance, you know, and then they are 8-ply too, so
yeah.
Really durable tires for any of the off-roading you're doing.
14 inches of ground clearance on this guy. So again, it's a work truck, but even loaded up a bit, I think you've got quite the off-road capability. Tanner is backing up this pretty substantial hill here. And he's
So I'm
doing it at a
stopped.
very controlled speed.
You can see I could stop right at the base of the hill and still just crawl up it.
That's
just
awesome.
As inch by inch.
So Tanner, this is the Ultimate, so it's got ride command, right?
Yep, so it comes with the ride command infotainment screen. 7-inch screen, you can see it's going to have a lot of the things that you're used to with your gas-powered ride command vehicles. You're going to be able to have GPS, for instance, so you're going to have maps out there. But there's also
prevention
unique.
too, right?
What's that?
Theft prevention, right?
Yep, yep. So you'll also have unique. You'll have unique gauges on here, so you can see like motor temp, battery temp, voltage, things like that. You'll also be able to see your remaining charge, which is a nice little feature. Similar system to auto, in which it gives you a prediction of the amount of mileage remaining based on, you know, your recent driving tendencies.
Yeah.
So you can see we're at 74% charge right now. It says an estimated 41 miles. That's just based on how we've been driving it recently.
Yeah, we're just over a kilowatt hour a mile. So that is, you know, honestly not as inefficient as I might expect in something like this. Motor's doing its job well.
Yep, and then obviously the same great features that you're used to in terms of mapping. And then this one will come with Ride Command Plus, which is a new technology feature set as well that gives you access to vehicle information like issue diagnostics, the location of your vehicle, all from your fingertips. It's from your phone. So
And you guys are doing that with 3 years included, right? And then I think it's $100 a year after that.
that's correct. Yep, the first 3 years come with the purchase of the vehicle, and then $99 per year after that. So
And this does have also over-the-air updates.
that's correct. That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, so between that and I think you guys are predicting 70% reduced maintenance costs just because of the simplicity of an electric drivetrain, people should be seeing the dealer less often and just kind of using this vehicle more.
Absolutely. Yep. It's a great, you know, the more time people are out riding, or if you look at some of our customers who use it for their livelihood, like farmers and ranchers, time is money, and they want their vehicles to be using their vehicles out there as often as they can, less time in the shop. So.
Yeah, well, it seems like a compelling case to me.
Cool.
Alrighty. Thinking this would be an amazing recovery vehicle, like back to that backing up the hill example you did in reverse. This thing is very maneuverable. You can, of course, put stuff in it. You could tow some things. So as a recovery vehicle for, let's say, you're testing the limits of your pickup or any off-roader, this would be the thing I think that you want to hold the winch for you, or just carry a spare tire or whatever you need.
Yep, it's a great vehicle for that. It has the capability to handle a lot of those tough trails like we're seeing, but then as you mentioned, you get the box in the back in case you need to haul things, take things back. So
yeah,
a lot of versatility with these still.
Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. As this is Polaris's first kind of flagship EV, and I'm sure General and Razor might be hearing more about that soon. I don't know anything about those, but as a start, I think this is a very smart pick for their first vehicle because the Ranger is so versatile. It's used in so many different situations.
Yep, and it makes a lot of sense for utility customers. If you think about some of the inherent benefits of electric, you got your hunters that want quiet operation, or your farmers and ranchers who want to be able to operate around livestock. And so it makes a lot of sense for that. And then you have the inherent performance benefits, so more power, more torque, gives you more capability for those tough tasks around the house.
Yeah.
And then last, the maintenance piece, just having less regular maintenance items makes a big difference. So that's, again, something that our customers really love, especially people doing it for a livelihood.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's just why, again, inherently a lot of the use cases made sense from a utility standpoint.
And like 1000 XP is giving you, XP 1000, sorry, that'll give you 82 horsepower. This has 110. I feel like that's not even the difference maker. It's that torque, it's the fact that that's instantaneous. I mean, just from a performance standpoint alone, let alone the maintenance and everything else, I think there's a lot of advantages to this one, even with that extra money you're paying. Well, there it is. That's the Ranger XP Kinetic. And, you know, EV naming conventions aside, calling it Kinetic, you can think what you want about that, but man, does the actual driving experience off-road speak for itself. Of course, this is a work truck, right? You've got your bed, you've got the tow capacity, but what I saw today was this thing rocks the trails. I can see an awesome case for this as a recovery vehicle, especially if you get their winch accessory. Pricing, you know, it's high. It's not quite as high as I might expect. You see a lot of like upcharging for electric in the on-road space, 25% or so higher it seems like than what you get with the comparable Ranger XP. But given the capability, honestly, I think if you can get yourself on a list to get one of these, it seems pretty nice to me. I'm a city slicker. I don't have property or a ranch, but hey, maybe if we can get one of these for tumbleweed, that would be awesome. Polaris, what do you think of that? But yeah, that's the XP Kinetic. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think this could be the future of UTVs? Are you excited about the electric potential? This is not replacing Ranger, by the way. This is just a new option in that space. Let us know what you think. I've been Max with TFL, and if you want to see all of our stuff, off-road, trucks, EVs, everything, well, one place to go to for that, alltfl.com. Thanks so much.